look at how the boxing of the frame looks. Today I'm going to clean it up a little bit. Overall it looks pretty good. It looks like it's supposed to be there. Once we get it cleaned up, I'll just paint the frame all the way back to the firewall and it'll be ready for us to move on to mounting the other parts. I don't know if that's going to happen today or not, but bare minimum I'll get all the boxing areas cleaned up and painted today. So let's take a look at how it looks. Okay, this is the driver's side boxing. It's got the curve up front and then curves out the back to the old mounting for the gearbox and everything. It looks like one solid piece. It's actually probably like 56 pieces. Fewer than that, but it's more than one, but it looks like one tight little package. Now we'll switch gears, and there is the passenger side. This one's a little bit more awkward because we were out of the proper angles for doing that rear part there, so it's got kind of a odd shape, but it still looks like it's meant to be there. Part there in the middle that's black is where I stamped it. And then the front is all smooth, so overall pretty clean job. Just a little bit more cleaning and it should be just about perfect and ready for paint. Okay, here's the final boxed product. A couple layers of primer, a couple layers of chassis paint that has a little bit of rubberized material in it to help resist scratches and all that stuff. It looks pretty clean if you ask me. It looks like it was made this way. Well, because it was. We made it this way. So now we can bolt it in and see what the situation is for mounting the bar and the control arms. Finished product. Pretty fucking sharp.
You made me sick, you made me bleed 1,000 times before. Every time the sun goes down, I come right back for more. Bad times slip away from my memory. I can't break this spell, this curse that's got a hold on me. You got the power to ease my broken heart. You got desire to tear us all apart. Just the very thought of you can charm me. Every time we touch you, only
There it is. Watch this. Watch. Are you watching? Fuck, that was different. Oh, fuck me. My one time not wearing gloves in the last 3 fucking days and something crazy happened. Woo!
What you did?
I was holding the drill where the chuck meets the drill. It grabbed the webbing between my fingers and twisted my hand up in there. That fucking hurt. Holy shit.
What you did?
size yet? Do what?
Did I measure this side? I guess I
Got an
did.
X there. I hope that's what that bucking was for.
Yes. Well, I really wanted to get this one up first. I wasn't quite sure on that side yet.
Well, shit, I just put it where the X was on that side.
Okay.
Here's the part where I get burned all the fuck with chunks of metal. Who'd have thought drilling was the worst fucking thing? Didn't burn yourself once welding, right? You know, I mean, you caught yourself on fire, but you didn't burn yourself.
Oh yeah, I had all kinds. Look at my arm. It's all over. I got dots all over it. My ankle's the same way.
I count cheese as a vegetable. Okay, our sway bar is mounted up, as you can see here and here. A couple of considerations to make. One is that you want to use graded bolts. We tried using non-graded ones for a second just to get the right size and they snapped off. The other thing to consider is that if you're going to box your frame like we did, you want to make sure that you have the right spacing for that. As you can see, our bolt right there is really close. We weren't just really lucky or anything. I mean, we totally planned it to be that close. But if you were, you know, not as good as us, you might end up with a nightmare on your hands. But as it turns out, ours was just barely in there enough. The way that we did this was while it was still hooked to the Crown Victoria frame, we measured from that big bolt right there, center of that, to the center of those bolts as it was mounted, so that we had the right measurements to put it back on this frame in the same place that it was on the Crown Vic. Yeah, use a graded bolt, measure twice, and watch out for your boxing because you might cut it a little fucking close. Well, stabilizer bar is mounted. Trailing arm brackets are a pain in the ass. Deciding on it still, he's gonna stay out here and stare at them for a few hours. and see if that does anything.
That's how I figure shit out.
I'm gonna sleep in because that's how I figure shit out. But there it is. And the work light lasted longer than 3 minutes, so fuck yeah. Love going to Home Depot. Better than anything in the world. So tomorrow, probably gonna be a pick and pull day. Probably be a nice little 30-second video about how pick and pull sucked.
I'm not going with you. You can do that on your own.